It contains sex references, adult themes and material that may offend some viewers.
Ahead in the glasshouse, the federal government unveils the world's scariest alarm clock.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The day Benjamin Franklin took a sickie and flew a kite. Welcome to the Glass House, the program that asks the question, when the Northern Territory goes to the polling booths on Saturday, will they vote or will they be still so pissed from Friday night they'll mistake them for Portaloos? More news and thank you cards from the Queen this week. But one of my favourite stories comes from the US, where a man who changed his name to Jesus Christ is finding it hard to get a driver's licence. The motor registry won't give Jesus a licence because he doesn't have a valid birth certificate. Apparently his dad can't find it. But his driving test didn't go well either. When he almost had an accident, the instructor yelled, "Jesus Christ!" which made Jesus go, "What?" which almost caused another accident, and on it went for hours. He was also over the limit, but he swore he'd only been drinking water. Why does Jesus need a car when he moves in mysterious ways? You're not going to give Christ a licence anyway. You don't want someone on the road who knows that if they have a fatal accident, they'll be back in 3 days. In Zimbabwe, the cash-strapped national airline is in a bit of trouble after flying 6,000 kilometres from Dubai with only one passenger aboard. And he was pissed off too because they wouldn't bump him up to business. To make matters worse, he was only stopping in Dubai for transit on his way to Sydney from Melbourne on Jetstar. But while he may only be one person, he's a Robert Mugabe supporter. So that was 15 vital votes in the last election. A government spokesman described Air Zimbabwe, which is struggling with chronic fuel shortages, as a victim of inept management. I don't know, those well-publicised chronic fuel shortages could be what's keeping the passengers away. You think being on a plane by yourself is boring? The in-flight movie was you and your stupid mate. Congrats!
Right. Animal news, Willy Wagtail. Forget cats and dogs. There's an exciting new pet craze sweeping the nation. Chooks. In our modern society, where we have smaller backyards and no time to walk the dog, we're opting for smaller pets. One vet said, as well as the eggs, chickens are a fantastic garbage disposal unit, and they're one of the few pets that roast really well. Lizards and rats are also becoming more popular as pets. Less popular as meals, though. If that doesn't sound like you, there are lots of good reasons for having a pet chicken. Chook eggs taste better than dog eggs. They're inexpensive to keep. The cost of chicken feed is chicken feed. You can pick it up by the feet and do the dusting. And chooks are great for people with depression. They make you buck, 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 buck up. I go to hell for that. The police are also using SWAT chickens to apprehend criminals. They're trained to go right for the pecker.
Great news this week, great news.
Ooh.
Surveyors found that 500,000 Australians have poor eyesight. Ooh. And in 20 years, that will be double. We'll have 1 million Australians with poor eyesight. Take that, good-looking people. Where your look's going to get you then? We're all going to be blind. And us dodgy heads will rule. Seriously. I mean, I'd like to think I was attractive, but sometimes I don't know. Every now and again I look in the mirror and sometimes it says you're not too bad. Sometimes I look in the mirror and it looks back and says, stay home today. Your personality's not going to get you through this one. I don't annoys me when people think I'm unattractive. Really? Walking down the street the other day and this carload of young blokes yelled out the window, "Hughesy, you're ugly." I'm thinking, how did that come about? There's 4 blokes in a bloody car, they're driving along. Would you root Hughesy? No, I wouldn't root him. There he is, let's tell him. So bloody get stuck. You know who you are.
All right, let's get to it. Joining me, Corinne and Dave, to throw some stones in the Glass House tonight, a couple of authors and so much more. Tall, beautiful comedy legend Tim Ferguson. And tall, beautiful swimming legend Lisa Forrest. All right, movers and shakers. First up, the hobby-loving baby boomers of the world, who are responsible for a resurgent interest in model trains. Well, for a lot of men, watching their trains going into a tunnel was their first sexual experience. And for some sad collectors, their only sexual experience. Some buffs can pay over $600 for a new model, which is about as much as most state governments invest in the trains here. Tim, you're still in touch with your inner child. Still got any toys, mate?
Yeah, I got lots of toys. Star Wars toys.
Do you really have Star Wars toys?
Yeah, I have Star Wars toys galore.
How many? How many is galore? More than 10?
Yeah.
More than 100?
Yes.
More than...
Yes.
1,000?
Yes.
How many?
How many?
I think it's getting towards 4,000.
4,000.
Oh, my
God, you didn't have a lot of sex when you were at high school, did you?
I did, but I'd only give them sex if they gave me a Star Wars toy.
How are there 4,000 figures?
Yeah, how many characters are there?
Well, it's an
4,000.
undisclosed location that even Dick Cheney doesn't know where it is. And there are just toys. There are Star Wars toys in boxes and out of boxes with...
So you got
heads
all
bitten
of them,
off.
have you?
No, there's still more to get,
still
Dave.
more?
There's still more out there.
Are you still buying them now at your age, though? Like, when the new movie comes out and there's new characters, do you go out and, like, buy new...
I'm not so interested in the new characters.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say, how many
that would be
toys,
weird.
Yeah. You want something that looks like the traditional, character.
So they're still making the old ones, are they?
Oh, yeah, they bring those out at a limited edition, and limited edition.
I remember in 1977, I got one, a Luke Skywalker.
Oh.
And I stopped at 1. You kept going.
Have you still got it?
No.
Oh, there you go.
Because Tim wanted to buy it after the show.
What counts as a collectible? Like, do you get the ones in Happy Meals?
No, although there are people who collect all sorts of crap. There's Smurfs. Now cost about $10 a pop.
Yeah, who collects Smurfs?
That would be weird.
Yeah.
You don't remember the first Barbie that I had? She still had eyelashes. Whereas the next Barbie, when that broke, no eyelashes.
I didn't know there was eyelash Barbie.
That's how old I am.
Whoa.
They were real?
Well, they actually
Human
stuck out.
eyelashes.
Take it off human babies.
They weren't painted on. They weren't painted. You know what I mean?
Well,
Is that the same with Star Wars? Or
Well, the first Princess Leia I saw, I was young, so I, with texture, drew on some body hair, but no eyelashes.
You drew pubes on
Underarm hair, for God's sake, people.
Was she like a little Chewbacca downstairs?
No, but she did help me spank the Ewok every once in a while.
Is it you serious? So they had a nude Leia there? There was a nude
Yeah,
one?
well, you just,
You
it's
took
like
the clothes
Barbie.
off
You just...
I know, but I didn't think that would have happened with Leia, that they would have...
She had these love handles right there.
I need to point out that Leia was her name, not her instructions.
I keep everything. I've got this big ball of finger knitting. Do you remember finger knitting?
No,
Well, you got a bit of wool. You got a bit of wool and you wrapped it around and
You
it
were
was a
very
girl
poor
thing.
growing up, were you?
No, I was fascinated by, things like clothes pegs and all of a sudden, it's alive! It's alive! 2 little texture eyes on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're definitely not a loser.
Oh, my God, you've just been mocked by the Star Wars nerd. Our next mover and shaker is an American psychiatrist who claims it's possible to sniff your way to a thinner body. Dr. Alan Hirsch believes inhaling pleasant smells like bananas, apples and peppermint can actually help you shed kilos, especially if they're coming from a muffin truck moving faster than a fat man can jog. Forrest also claims the aroma of lavender and pumpkin pie enhances blood flow to the penis, especially if you're attracted to your grandma. And the penis blood flow smells are very fast-acting. It leads to a jiffy, sniffy, whiffy, stiffy. It's like a dirty Dr. Seuss. Lisa, you're our fragrant lady. Got a favourite smell?
Got a favourite smell? I don't, but this story reminds me of when I was at high school and we used to be next to big pharmaceuticals. So every day there would be these really weird smells, you know, coming from this factory, like sort of...
God, you're lucky you don't have two heads.
Yeah, I know. Well, probably, yeah. But I was always quite sort of reassured because I felt like I was this kind of walking chlorine vapour, you know, cloud. So it was stronger than me. I thought, thank goodness, it was a relief.
Have you ever thought of putting out, like, a fragrance, like Thorpe?
No.
So have you seen what his, Thorpe's fragrance? It's called Ian Thorpe for Men. Nice one, Ian.
No.
But,
You know what fragrance... Lisa Forrest for women. You know what fragrance I really hate, though?
What?
Patchouli.
Patchouli.
Oh, it's awful.
Patchouli.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
In a nightclub.
Sniffer
You know when you're in a
hippie.
nightclub
Sniffer
and you-
hippie.
Sniffer hippie.
That's patchouli.
And
They wear it
inevitably
all
you're
the
in a
time.
nightclub and someone is using patchouli instead of deodorant. And
Oh,
you're
I
like,
don't-
it
never-
doesn't,
yeah.
It doesn't work. Neither do the...
What is it? What actually is
It's
patchouli?
just, it's like a,
Is it-
you know, like some kind of little ointment-y thing. It comes and it stinks and
Oh,
you
it
rub it
stinks.
on.
It's bad.
Smells like Vegemite and honey.
Yeah, yeah, it
Oh,
does.
yeah.
That's really... You know what else doesn't work? The patchouli under armpits doesn't work. Do you remember the phase where people were using crystals instead of deodorant?
Some sort of rock, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were just rubbing a rock under their arms. It's a rock!
Lisa, do you like the smell of your husband? Does he smell good?
yeah, is he like a good smelling guy?
Because my girlfriend says to me all the time that she likes my smell.
Oh, really?
And I go, well, you can have it.
So
Apparently
it's
she
just your
likes
natural,
my
like your
natural
skin
smell.
Do you have like a deodorant?
I don't
you
know what sort of... No, no deodorant.
No aftershave?
Natural.
Natural dye.
Absolutely, she loves it. And I say, well, I just won't wash and you can have it forever.
Just doesn't smell. He doesn't have a sort of... He's not a very... Doesn't
He's not a
strong
smell.
very-
He doesn't smell.
Not really, no. And he doesn't wear any... We're not really kind of perfumey sort of, you know, aftershave kind of people. So I don't know what that says about us.
Do you use deodorant at all, though? Like,
I
do you
use
put-
deodorant, I believe in it, big time,
fair
yeah.
enough.
I reckon it's a con. I don't think you don't need deodorant. You really don't need
You don't
it.
use deodorant?
Use deodorant
Hardly
at all.
ever use it, yeah.
Really?
No, never had
You
complaints.
don't use deodorant?
No, I don't
often
use
do you
deodorant.
shower,
I
Dave?
shower almost every day.
Morning.
And you don't use deodorant?
Hardly ever use it. Use it very sparingly, yeah.
Really?
Don't use
Wow.
it, don't need it. Just cools a cucumber, me. I do fart a lot, though. And it's annoying at home because I'm sitting on the couch and then I move away and my girlfriend goes, why? Don't you love me? Sit next to me. I say, I'm moving away because I do love you. I'm sorry, I've probably... That's too much information.
My uncle actually did a book called something about wind blowing or something. He's a gut specialist, which was about farting.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
What sort of research did he do? Did he go around...
Ate a lot of cabbage.
He just went around pulling people's finger.
Apparently boiled cabbage is the worst. That's the biggest gas creator, so stay away from that if you're going out on
Spring rolls are a shocker. Isn't it?
Spring rolls, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I lived in a one-bedroom flat with another guy once and I was eating a lot of spring rolls. But he smoked, so I thought we're even.
I don't know. From the sound of you, you don't want an open flame near you. Our favourite mover and shaker is the completely sane Mariah Carey, who started employing a small Colombian woman whose main job is to keep Mariah's gowns from touching the floor. Apparently, the guy who used to have the job thought the best way to do that was to shove him up Mariah's bum. Maybe you need that, don't you? And she's not the only diva with too much money. Rapper Ja Rule pays a comedian to follow him around telling him jokes. If it's Craig McLachlan, there's another rap-related shooting waiting to happen. A lot of big stars have special needs. Courtney Love has someone whose job it is to pick up things she drops on the floor, like Courtney Love. And it's not just humans. Paris Hilton's dog employs an intellectually challenged woman to carry it everywhere. Corinne, you're a megastar. Ever wanted a servant, love?
I'm not good at small talk. And if I had a servant in the house, I'd have to talk to them. You know, what would you talk to them about? Wow, the floors look good. Like, I don't know.
Talk them to your servant. You don't even have to talk to them.
I couldn't not talk to them.
Your servant, you could cut their tongue out if you wanted to.
OK, Dave, they're your servant, not your slave.
No, I'd feel awkward lying around the house reading a paper while someone's picking up after me. No, I don't want a servant.
But you're giving someone a job. I mean, they might be unemployed otherwise. It'd be selfish not to have one, really.
I used to date a guy who's, look, he's of an age where he should be able to clean his own house, and his mother still comes around and cleans his house once a week.
Yeah, but she likes to.
Dave, is this person you? Would you like someone, Dave? Would you like...
I would.
You've got a little bit of cash now. You could have like an assistant or something. Have you thought about it?
Yeah, possibly. I could possibly, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd like to pay them cash. Or involve the tax man. And, you know, I've got an attic they can live in. They can fix it up.
This is your mum again, isn't it?
You know what I would like is, you know, if you're going out on a date, for example, is hire someone to come around to your house and go, God, you look hot. You look really hot, just before you walk out the door going, seriously, I'd do you. I really would. And then you walk out the door going,
if you can hire someone, if you can hire someone to do that, I wonder why you're going out in the first place. Surely for a little bit extra. Can I ask about, like, when you were swimming? Because these days, like, all the teams... I was staying in a hotel the other day where the Australian cricketers were staying, and they had their masseuse and their physio and their PR people, and, like, they have these entourages now. Was it like that when you were swimming?
Oh, yeah. Back in the days when, you know, if you won your New South Wales Sportswoman of the Year, which was a $100 Burleigh prize, you couldn't accept it because you'd be professional.
Oh really?
Yeah. So, no, I don't remember any entourage following us at all. So it was really, really dull. But I'm just trying to think what I would have had if I'd really wanted someone to do your training for you, of course, and still be able to dive in the pool.
Yeah, you could just be on their back.
Yeah.
Tim, would you like a servant? Would you like someone to...
Well, I was spooked to hear about that Ja Rule having a permanent stand-up comedian.
That's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Playing to the same rule. And what's it like to have a comedian doing material all day? You go to the 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven? What is that about? What's this about? You know, wherever you go, there's material. After a while, you would, you know...
You'd kill him.
Well, you would. You would kill him. So I'd much prefer to have a rapper hanging around with me all day, putting everything I see into verse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Hey, all you bitches and whores, stay away from my Star Wars.
Later in the Glass House, new humanitarian immigration rules state that any kids able to fit into carry-on luggage can legally enter the country. Amanda Vanstone dodges questions on whether a rash on her tongue was a result of coarse hairs on the Prime Minister's buttocks.
In any event, we've solved the problem. It's cleared up.
And concerns grow about the athletics track for the Melbourne Commonwealth Games.
Tonight's question on the Glass House is, what are you afraid of? Let's find some answers. What are you scared of?
Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah. Especially if his phone's not working.
That's right.
What are you scared of?
Impromptu family visits.
Spontaneously combusting.
Marriage.
Dave, I'm afraid of cheese.
Cheese?
Yeah, cheese.
It's a cruel, cruel world.
I know. And how many pizzas do you want to eat?
And it's very tasty, cheese on top of pizza.
Apparently, yeah.
What are you most afraid of?
I'm afraid of my mother.
Oh, your mother?
Yes, she's always yelling at me.
She's a scary woman?
She's a very scary woman, yeah.
Can you give us an impression of how she yells?
She'd be like, clean your room.
Oh, that sounds scary. What are you most afraid of? What are you afraid of? Alone?
Yeah.
Surely a handsome man such as yourself wouldn't be alone very often.
That's what I thought. That's what my mum used to say too, but that's what happens.
Are you a single man?
Yes, I am. I just thought it might work.
What are you afraid of?
That guy getting on the camera. No joke. He's horrible.
Really? Are you horrible?
Oh, absolutely terrible. I'm their father.
Oh, really?
Yes. They are, of course, totally ashamed of me.
Yeah,
That's
so
normal, isn't it? You know?
Your role in this world is to embarrass those two children, isn't it?
I have been doing it for years and doing it so well.
What are you most afraid of?
Probably me flatmate, because I'm wearing his shirt.
Are you wearing your flatmate's shirt?
Kill me.
You just stole it without even asking.
Do you like it? It's missing a button.
It does look cool, though. I do like it. Yeah. But it's amazing that two guys would live together and one of them would have a shirt with a button missing. That is crazy.
I know, yeah, oh well. We're not gay.
No, I'm not. It's okay if you are.
In great news for geeks, a British futurologist says the next goal for information technology is creating computers which can feel emotions. And if the internet is clogged up with people viewing porn now, wait till the computers start getting horny. Ian Pearson says this could lead to aeroplanes programmed to be even more terrified of crashing than their passengers, meaning they do whatever possible to stay airborne or whatever possible to stay on the ground. You've got to be kidding. I'm not going up there. Look at the size of me. I can't even flap. Husey, I'd like your help.
Sure.
I want you to be a terrified plane. And we're going to interview you.
Oh, that's cute.
Is that cute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, great.
Unfortunately, I think you're turning the Star Wars fan on. First question, 747 Dave, how are you feeling?
Oh, I am nervous.
Really?
Why?
Yeah.
What about specifically?
Oh, the terrorism. Yeah.
What are you scared about with terrorism?
I'm scared. People want to enter me and then explode. They don't even know me.
What are you about the baggage handlers?
Oh, the baggage handlers are bloody drugs. They steal even my drugs. I'm a plane.
Have you ever had drugs inside you?
Oh, yeah, heaps of them. I love it, yeah. Anything that keeps me up half the time.
Would you feel more secure if they were, you know,
Watch your bloody hands, you're about to land on you.
They're sort of cling wrapped before they... Bags are cling wrapped before they went inside.
I love a bit of cling wrap, yeah. Especially they're going to explode.
I've always wondered when you go to the bathroom on the plane, what happens to when you flush that toilet? Where does
that poo just falls out of me and just lands on whatever it lands on, yeah.
Really?
I love when it lands on birds. Get them back.
Is there anything specific that you're scared of?
I'm scared of hitting the ground when hard and then blowing up.
Right.
And then that's it.
Have you thought of getting therapy?
Pretty hard to get therapy as a plane. Looked up on the internet. Not many people doing it.
You're a sarcastic plane.
Yeah, well, you're a stupid interviewer.
And this suggestion now the planes are flying higher and higher and we're getting less and less oxygen. Is that affecting your...
It is worrying me because I am scared of heights.
But it's not affecting your brain at all and what decisions you make when you're up there.
No, because my brain is made of bits that include technical stuff and it's like wires and shit. That's what my brain's made of.
They always tell us when we were about to land we have to put our tray tables up. Why is that?
It's because I don't want all that shit food that no one's eaten to go everywhere.
What do you do to freak out the passengers just for a bit of fun?
Oh, I just jump up and down like that and just hope someone's not got their seatbelt on, they hit their head on the ceiling. That's a lot of fun.
Why with all these technical advances with planes, when the pilot's voice comes over, does it still sound so tinny?
Because their balls haven't dropped.
And are you worried about the new A380 plane? It's enormous, it's twice as big as you. You worried that you'll become redundant?
It's not the size of the plane, mate, it's the sound of the engine.
Is there any particular type of passenger that you really hate?
Yeah, I hate kids, you know? Yeah, sure, I hate them. Flush them down the toilet. Because they run around, they don't respect me. I think I'm a plaything. I'm not a plaything, I'm a passenger.
You're a what?
I'm a passenger. Yeah, I'm making up words now.
Can I ask a
It's in the
technical...
plain dictionary.
Can I ask a technical question if you want? I think
Yeah.
you're a 747, are you?
Yes, 747,
What's the difference between, say, a 737 and a 747?
10.
Yes, it's time to award the Coveted Glasshouse Trophy, which this week is called. And the winner of the Jerk for the Doll Happy Ending is a brothel in Germany, which is offering a 20% discount to the long-term unemployed. And you thought the doll queue was long before. But why not? If you're off the job, you may as well be on the job. If you're strapped for cash, at least you can get strapped for cash. Come on, the unemployed don't just need financial relief. It's a lot like applying for unemployment. You just have to prove that in the past 2 weeks, you've tried to look for free sex. So the trophy goes to the caring, sharing working girls of Dresden. I hope they introduce this here and give a whole new meaning to mutual obligation. Well, that's the way it is for Wednesday, June the 15th. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Tim. And let's take a look at tomorrow's headlines. The Express Advocate says, Michael Jackson ecstatic about verdict. Grabs crotch, says, tee-hee. According to the Territory News, Aussie scientists developed test for bird flu. Like bloke flu, but sick person has fun bags. In the New Zealand Herald, Shane Warne says hair replacement ad accidental. Sent SMS about roots and head to wrong number. And the West Australian reports, Corby lawyer's use of Soapy Star ill-advised. Craig McLachlan's stand-up, a guaranteed death. Good night.
On Friday, the big news of the week is seriously funny when seen through the eyes of the outspoken boys from Down Under. So join us for the Memphis Trousers Half Hour with Roy and HG, 9:45 Friday night on ABC.
What kind of a Batman is Christian Bale? We'll find out in just a moment.